everybody. Today we are learning about the letters in music so that you can make reference to any one of these 88 keys and people will know exactly what you're talking about. So we use the alphabet in music, but we only use the first 7 letters. So we use A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. That's it. To find an A on the piano, all you got to do is take a look at the piano. It's got a pattern of 3 black notes, 2 black notes, 3 black notes, 2 black notes, 3 black notes, 2 black notes, right? So take any group of 3. If you find the very middle note there and you just drag a little bit to the right, land on that white note that's just to the right of the middle note in a group of 3 black notes, and you'll be sitting on an A. So this one right here is an A. This one is not an A. This one's an A right here. And from there we just go straight through the alphabet. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. At that point, we start back over again, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And you'll notice that no matter where we are on the piano, when we play an A, like this one right here is, that's exactly like we found before in a group of 3 black notes right above the middle one. So we go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and we find ourselves back on this A. It's right above a group of 3 black notes. So you can find any A by just taking a group of 3 black notes and sliding a little bit to the right. Now there's a little bit more to this. We've got that same phenomenon happening with every other letter in the musical alphabet. So all of the B's, for example, this one's an A right here, you know that one. All the B's right there, right next door, you can either think of it as the note that's right next to the note that's above a middle note in a group of 3 black notes, which is ridiculous, or you can just memorize it. B's are the ones that are just to the right of a group of 3 black notes, right? C's are always the one that are right below the group of 2 black notes. D's are right always in the middle of a group of 2 black notes, and so on and so forth. So the geography of the black notes to the white notes, the groups of 3 and 2 and 3 and 2, help us find all the letters in the musical alphabet. Now there are 2 exceptions to this rule, and that is all the way at the very, very top of a full piano. That's 88 keys again. There are some keyboards that are smaller and larger, and the smaller ones are going to start and end on different notes, but the full 88 key ones always end up here on a C. And that one doesn't have like another group of 2 black notes above it, of course, because it's just sitting there all by itself as the last note. And then all the way to the left on the very bottom of the piano, we always just have this one lone black note. It's supposed to be the top of a group of 3 black notes. So if the piano kept going, there'd be 2 more black notes to give you a full set of 3. So that one's an A. So most people, you know, you can find that one by, like, if you memorize it, this one is a C right here, right below a group of 2 black notes. Then you can just go down, if that one's a C, that one's a B, that would be an A. So those are kind of the 2 exceptions to the black and white note geographies. So as it turns out, the note that I taught you first, the A, the one that starts the musical alphabet, is not the most important note. C is. So you're going to make reference to and see reference to C a lot more than you are an A. So if you're going to start out memorizing a note, probably the note that you want to memorize is where are the C's. We got lots of different C's. The most important C is this one right here, the one that's in the middle of the piano. It's not the actual very, very middle note of the piano, but it's the C that's closest to the middle of the piano. Also, when you start learning about reading music, sheet music, staves and stuff, this is also the note that happens to be in the very middle of the 2 parts of the graph that we have. So lots of reasons to name this one middle C. It's also sometimes called C4 because C is so important that that's where we start naming our octaves. Now, an octave is just the distance from one letter to the same letter that is the closest one up or down. So from C up to this C, that's 1 octave. From C down to this C, that's 1 octave. From this C to this C, that distance is 2 octaves, right? So we got to name these octaves so that if we're talking about, you know, I want this C and not this C right here, we can't just say play a C. We'd have to say play C2, right? And so this C right down here, this is the first C that there is. That's C1. And all the other letters in here also get the number 1. These ones down here get 0. So this is A0, this is B0. Then we've got C1, D1, E1, F1, G1, A1, B1, and then C2. And then these are all the number 2. Then we got C3, these are all 3s. These are all 4s here, so that's C4. This is A4, by the way. We'll need that one in just a second. This is C5 and all the 5s. 6, 7, and then our very last note is going to be C8. Obviously, there are other notes that exist beyond that, but that's just the last note on the piano. So this one right here is going to be A4. This one is an important note for tuning, so we don't really do a whole lot of that on the piano. You pretty much pay a bunch of money to get your piano tuned once, and then it's tuned for a long time, unless you got an electric piano like me, and then you just never get it tuned. But this supposedly is supposed to be exactly, this tone is supposed to be exactly 440 vibrations per second. So that note right there is the note that anything makes if you cause it to vibrate 440 times in a second. So that's A440, and that's the note that everybody tunes to. So like if you're a sax player, you're playing with a sax player or oboe or anybody else, and they want to tune up their notes, they're going to be looking for that note right there. So that is also called A440, and then you can learn more about the frequencies and vibrations and stuff. They basically double with every octave. So that's A880. And so on and so forth. If that made no sense, ignore it. You don't need it for the letters, which is what we're doing here. So this is C, this is middle C, this is C4, and probably the most important note on the piano. One last little note here, these ones we talked about, these ones up here being sharps and flats and stuff, and you can learn about those in other lessons. But these ones right here, the ones that are not the black notes, these are called naturals. So if you hear someone refer to C or C natural, same exact note. So anyway, there you go. There's all the letters for the entire piano. Now you know all 88 keys and what their letters are. Thanks. Have fun.